too damn long is what you're doing. Jesus. Get out of here. Move. Get out of here. Every time.
Yo, who do you think you are?
I'm sorry. Do I know you?
No. You should know who I am.
Should I? Why don't you tell me who you are? Go ahead. Tell me.
King. I'm the most honest
King
man.
Leon VI, the guillotine of the gods. Try again.
Well, as for me, I'm the most honest man in professional wrestling, and I'm not gonna lie. Don't step up to me.
Oh, that's right. You're the pretender. You're the pretender who came to Pro Wrestling Takeover. I remember you got lucky. You won your match, correct? Yeah, you got lucky. That's right. But now you're stepping into the King's territory, and you need to watch your mouth because you may be this great, honest man that you think you are. But if you think you can even step to me, you're just going to be telling lies.
The only lie here is you, King Leon. Because when I step inside your kingdom, I'm gonna wipe my feet and dethrone you.
Yeah?
And you can trust that.
It's almost main event time here. Before we get to it, wanted to remind you that if you haven't already, let's jump on the ye old Twitter machine and find us at Real PWT to keep up with everything Pro Wrestling Takeover.
Ladies and gentlemen, weighing in at the perfect amount of weight, the true PWT champion, the guillotine of the gods, is golden excellence, King Leon VI!
King Leon VI, not the legitimate holder of the Pro Wrestling Takeover Championship, even though it is in his possession. It was stolen from the rightful holder, Terrell Kenneth, by a very slippery squire who slid in the back door and escaped with it. But that's a different story for a different day. Right now, let's focus on the main event, the task at hand right now, and let's focus on the success that King Leon VI has had here in Pro Wrestling Takeover. And sure, there's the blemish on the record, the big loss coming in the main event at Almost Home to Ali Rex. But before that, King had defeated the likes of Sonny Kiss and international superstar Shockwave the Robot in compiling that 6-1 record over the course of about 20 months here in PWT. Right now, as is customary, King taking his time with the robe. His squire has the scepter, King with the belt. An egregious sin, holding on to another man's crown, but I believe it's par for the course in Behedia. Scotty Cerriti wisely moving aside. Joey Gleet's not so smart. He's just going to stand in.
What you see before you is the rightful Pro Wrestling Takeover.
Whatever helps you sleep at night.
You will get to your feet and bow to the rightful champion now. Let's get that poor sap out here so I can beat him with ease.
That poor sap he's referring to came in like a ball of fire at Lemonade, going toe-to-toe with KTB, bringing the crowd to their feet. A standing ovation for the man you can trust, the man whose music is about to hit. It's Evander James.
I just want me to I feel like everyone's watching me and I ain't stopping it all. You're gonna feel my grind out of Gotham City, New York. He is the man you can trust. It's something to get
And the King still running his royal receptacle at Evander, who's going to start it off hot, coming through, takes him to the canvas. And Evander starting it off big, slingshot, down to the body press. And King just got to take this one to the floor. have a short audience with his squire. Evander James executing his plan perfectly. We talked before the event, as he was doing a little shadow boxing backstage, he didn't want to be bothered, but before the show he said that he was going to come out and he was going to try to put King on his heels, and put him on his heels he has. Squire's going to try to confuse Joey Gleitz. Easily done. Not saying he's dumb, but the type of dude that thinks Genuine's Pony is a song about a horse. So there's that. He's a wrestling referee. Evander James showing that agility. Kick right to the chops of the King. Service for one. Evander back into the ring. Gonna hit the ropes hard, coming through. He takes the King and Squire down, then finds a spot in the front row. Exchanging high fives with all little dudes. The exchange on the floor continues now. Evander once again showing that in-ring acumen, that intelligence, makes him a cut above the rest as he slides under the bottom rope to avoid the count. And he's got King Leon in a bad way. Sort of side saddle in that chair. Coming off the ramp there, Evander puts the boot right into his face. Got him leaning up against the post there, dropping right hands on him. And turnabout is quick when it comes to King Leon. Now he's wrapping that arm around the post. And that will do some damage. That thing's not going anywhere. Tearing ligaments, popping cartilage. Takes another overhand right. And now the tides have turned again as Evander James is on the run. The fans that were high-fiving him moments ago, sharing a laugh, sharing smiles at the expense of King and Squire, are now forced to watch as the King goes to work. And you know he likes rubbing their faces in it. You know he likes giving an up-close and personal view of what he's doing to their hero. He's just that type of king. That's how he rules his kingdom. Taking him all the way out to the concessions here. Leaving him to try to recover. Now the King returns with Chad Epic's bottle of water. Don't drink from it, it's like you're kissing him. Gotta be thirsty, I guess. Oh, Evander spits back in his face. Not the green mist, not the red mist. The historically most acidic of the mist, the clear mist. And the King is reeling. Now they'll exchange chops center stage before they get back into the ring. Referee doing a good job to keep the fans out of harm's way, even though this spilled all over the building. King Leon with an arm wringer now. Going up in the corner, he calls this gold school. Check out the agility on the big man. Taking his time and coming down. That is impressive. Say what you will about him, and if you let him talk about himself, you'll hear it all. But he is a talented individual. Does he like to cut corners? Sure. Will his Squire choke you out while he tries to work the referee? Of course. But does he have that top level skill? Without a doubt. Evander James is learning that. Ducks under the clothesline. And bouncing back into the ring with ease. Beckoning him to his feet. Discus clothesline. And that could be all. 1, 2, nearly a 3 count there. King can't believe it. Squire can't believe it. Evander James left with a face full of that blue canvas. And King latching right back onto that arm. Remember, he wrapped it around the ring post. He has done his homework. He's done some work on Evander James. And he's put him into a position where he is clearly in some distress. Kingman closed the door on that, ate a couple of back elbows. And he'll show off that strength and put Evander right back down. Pinning predicament. 2. Another near fall for King Leon. And he's definitely got to smell the blood in the water at this point. Evander James executed his plan out of the gates, come in hot. But since then, King Leon has headed him off at the pass. And is now taking his time, stalking his prey. Stalking and talking. Put it on a t-shirt. Free idea. There you go.
Ladies and gentlemen, peasants,
and what I say, too much of the talking. Evander James comes through the clothesline, ducks under another. Valiant effort, coming to blows right in the middle of the ring with one arm. Go up to the top. There's that agility one more time. Evander blockbuster flipping back to the ring. This is his best chance yet. 2, no. And that was a close one. Evander James asking, he's got to hear it. He's got to hear from the official. How close was I? Just how close was that? King Leon coming to his feet. Evander James still favoring that left arm. Swinging that right for all he's got. But King Leon, still that base of power. He's pushing Evander back with every shot. Backslide attempt. It's a big man. 2. Again with a quick one. Evander to his feet. Tip up and a kick. King with one of his own. What a match. It's 2.5 once again. And Evander James huffing and puffing for all he is worth. Trying to pull himself together for one last offensive attack. And King Leon VI is just not having it. He feels like he's closing in. King pulls the ripcord. Evander does a little spin over. Catches the kick, a backflip. And here comes a big knee from Evander. Takes King down. If he were a pinball machine, he'd be reading tilt. Big kick to the breadbasket. And King just prone now. A man you can trust, trying to bring the crowd up. King will catch that one. But a headbutt, face-to-face meeting right in the middle of the ring. And Evander comes out of it dazed, blinking his eyes, but on his feet. And he's going to go to the high rent district. King Leon laying prone. A target down there. Evander showing the effects of this battle, about a half step slow. Look at that, a 450. That's got to be it. Almost a 3 count. And Evander James can't believe it, but the smart sense to roll him into another move. It's a Winds of Saturn or some modified crossface. But King is stuck. He is inches away from the corner, but his clean arm is held right up in the air. Squire trying to get Joey Bleats' attention. He does. King taps. King is tapped out. Evander can't hold the hold any longer. Squire has done his job. Evander is furious. He had the win right there. Now he's got his hands on Squire. The big right hand misses its mark. And King catches his beloved servant right in the jaw. Right in the square. Go behind by Evander. Look at this agility out of King. Black hole slam punches him down. Almost a hole in the earth. Another 2.5. Evander is fired up. I'm going to say it one more time. What about this match? King Leon taking off the elbow pads. Might as well be slapping him across the face with his gloves. Just an insult. And he's giving Evander due process. Hooking up the limp arms. And this is it. But Evander blocks it. A kick to the face. Now he's going to roll through. Taking him down. Got to get in there. 2, 3, almost another 3 count. Evander James coming close one more time. He has emptied the bag. What's left in the tank? What does he have? What can put away King Leon VI? Evander to his feet. King is struggling. He is gasping for air. And Evander's going to topspin serve that insult back into King's court. Try his own move, but King powers out. They're just grabbing. Oh, a stomp to the face. What do you do about that? King locks him in. That's the move that Evander had King in just a few minutes ago. That Rings of Saturn, sort of modified crossface. Evander is not tapping out, though. He is going limp in the arms of the King. Leon just pulls back even harder, yarning on that man's spine. Joey Gleek's going to call for the bell. No tap out from Evander James. He's just going to pass out in the ring. King won't let go. We can call that a submission all day. Evander James did not tap out. He did not give up. He passed out. He is unconscious. He is unconscious in the ring. We need to get somebody out there. Kenny Grover coming down to help out. Some other officials be on hand momentarily. King just standing over Evander James. It took everything he had, every corner that he could cut, every advantage that he could take. But in the end, King Leon stands victorious. Although standing as a false idol, holding that Pro Wrestling TakeOver Championship as though he won it at any point. That belt is the rightful property of Terrell Kenneth. And at some point, these two are going to come face to face, and by God, there's going to be hell to pay.
This is a real champion!
Shut up, Burger King!
The guillotine of the gods versus the eater of worlds. The one true tyrant of professional wrestling versus the destroyer of everything. King Leon VI, Terrell Kenneth. Two combustible elements just waiting to meet. Well, this past Saturday, Terrell, we had a chance to do that. Regardless of my match with Evander James, regardless of your match with your brother-in-arms, Eric Emanon, we had our chance to combust. But you didn't show. And well, while I was walking out with, you know what, I'd say yours, but let's be honest, with my Pro Wrestling TakeOver Championship in tow, made me realize something. As much of a success as I am, we are polar opposites because you are a failure. You have failed yourself. You have failed your fans. And most importantly, you have failed as a champion. But that's something I won't allow to happen, you see, because I stand by what I say. And I do what I say I'm going to do. And regardless of when and where we finally meet, the supposed monster that is going to be standing across the ring from me, well, I'm going to slay him. I'm going to put him down, and I will take off his head. And that's right, TK, that's you. While I'm standing over you with my Pro Wrestling TakeOver Championship. Off with your head.